Beers Dudes Games.
Beers Dudes Games.
Today is a review on Ori and the Blind Forest. Now, Corey, tell me, what the fuck is this game?
So you start off this game, and the opening sequence will suggest that it's one of those artsy fartsy games with, you know, like, oh, the stylistic graphics are so pretty, but the gameplay is so minimalistic. But that's fine because it's so gorgeous. It's all about the experience. That's the illusion that like the first 10 minutes of the game gives you, because it's really gripping cinematics. Yeah, the first like 10 cinematics.
The first 10 minutes broke my heart.
It breaks your heart, and your heart, you know, it goes through many palpitations throughout the gameplay. But so you believe that it's one of those games, like, you know, like a Limbo or a Never Alone, which, you know, it's like stylistically, oh, it's so unique, it's so pretty, and it's very easy, minimalistic gameplay, at least mechanically, right? But Ori and the Blind Forest is not that. It has the graphic stylings of one of those games, but it is by far more than that. It is what you'd call a Metroidvania game, where it's super precision platforming. You eventually get double jumps, wall climbing.
Whoa, wait, hold on one second.
Bashing.
Metroidvania is a reference towards like a 2D platformer that has cross section.
Oh yeah, you do have that.
There.
Yeah,
all right,
it's definitely in there.
Because I did not get to that part of the game.
Yeah, it's that's in there, and but what you're mostly going to be doing when you're traversing this environment is precision platforming, and one of the biggest things is you have this like bash feature, which I think is a little inappropriately called, because it's more like you fling yourself off the enemy rather than actually bash the enemy. So like you're traversing the environment by flinging yourself off enemies or enemy attacks so that you can survive and not touch the floor, because when it gets really hairy in the game, the floor is hot lava. Yeah. It's like you're a little kid, like, don't touch the floor, it's fucking hot lava. And it's funny because in certain segments of this game, the floor is literally hot lava.
Well, gameplay aside, the story is basically you're Ori.
You're Ori, and I don't know what you are. You're like you're a spirit of a tree. It's not
some
fully
kind of
established.
You're some kind of forest
some
spirit.
type of forest spirit. For some reason, you look like Stich. You got doused in bleach or peroxide. And you're like, hey, what's up, Lilo? And Lilo's like, get the fuck away from me. And I'm like, okay,
trying to steal my poi
I'm gonna go to
bruh.
the forest then.
Well, from what it looks like is you're this you're some kind of forest spirit who came from this tree of life. This tree of
Tree
life.
of light.
Tree of light.
Light / life. I mean, they're synonymous usually.
So
and in this case, yes.
There's this tree of light that emits this light throughout the entire forest. A owl.
And he narrates the story too.
He narrates the story the whole time. And a owl comes. His name's Kuro. Her name is Kuro. She comes in and steals the light from this great tree, and it stamps out most of the light from the forest itself.
Yeah. Your essential goal is to get the light back, restore the tree, restore light to the valley that the tree is the king of, or whatever.
Something. This whole
like the
plot.
godfather of the forest.
It'll make it. That's what Marlon Brando sounds like in my head.
Until he died.
He died a pretty.
He died a long time ago. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the movie, he died a pretty shitty death.
Well, you know,
He died in a tomato field. He died in a tomato field.
He didn't die in a tomato field.
He died in a tomato field.
He died buying tomatoes.
No, he died in a tomato field.
No, he died in the city.
No, he had the like pesticide spray, and he was shooting his grandson with it. And you're trying to tease the kid like, "Oh, yeah, I'm chasing you, yeah." And then he fucking had a heart attack and fell and look
That's
back
not
on
when
it.
he dies.
That's when he died.
Wait, he didn't die from the gunshots?
No.
Ah, fuck! I haven't watched that movie in a while.
Yeah. He was. This was what I was watching. He sprayed his grandson with pesticide and had a heart attack and died. Okay, wait, we're getting off topic here. So, Ori and the Blind Forest.
It's just like The Godfather.
Just like The Godfather. It's a pretty vague story.
It's
to an extent.
There's only a few cutscenes, and that's completely fine.
There's six in total.
There's six in total. Well, there's like 5 because the last one is the credits.
Oh, God,
so
damn.
there's 5, but like after you do like a level, which is not necessarily a level, but you go through like a doorway, and then they'll show you it's something not a cutscene, but it progresses the story a little bit, introduces some more characters, and will say, hey man, this guy, you know, he was a dick, but you know, now he's not a dick anymore. It's fantastic. And you know, that's very endearing. And the story is very endearing. It's great. The only thing is that you have no personality, which is fine. A lot of games, the main character has no personality.
It's okay because your character is cute as fuck.
Yeah, because, you know, it's like a blatant ripoff of a Disney character.
Yeah, but hey, he's super cute. I think the intro of the game does a really good job in and like building that cuteness and building that story and making you give a crap about any character, so forth.
Yeah, it definitely does. But so you have no personality, and you have a Navi-esque character.
You're a silent protagonist.
Yeah, you're a silent protagonist. You have a Navi-esque character, which is so frequent now in video games. Like we just had Child of Light had
it's frequent in indie games, which is also when you think about it, the idea of a indie 2D platformer with a twist in the story near the end. That's a very prominent trait in every indie game these days.
Goddamn fireflies!
What?
Because they're fireflies, right?
Oh, you mean like Navi?
Yeah, Navi.
Oh, I'm talking about plot twists.
Oh, I was talking about fireflies.
Oh, well, no, the cake. Yeah, you know, like Child of Light and all that. There's Navis in it, but plot twists happen a lot in, like Limbo, for example. Hey, if you haven't played Limbo yet, play Limbo. There's a plot twist. Oh, who'd have thunk it?
I did not think that. You just ruined Limbo for me.
Oh, fuck that. The name of the game is Limbo, so suck a dick.
That doesn't mean anything.
End of the story. It's gonna be on my tombstone.
Suck a dick?
No, the name of the game is Limbo, so suck a dick.
Oh. Well, you know, the people at the graveyard factory are just like
the graveyard
factory? Suck a dick or ellipses, suck a dick, ellipses.
The graveyard factory.
Yeah, because you're gonna die years from now, and there's gonna be graveyard factories in the future.
All right.
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
I can't argue with that. I can't tell the future.
I can though.
But you have glasses, so you can.
Yeah. Wicked smart fucker.
The fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about Ori and the Blind Forest.
Well, yeah, but so the story, great.
Enough of the story.
Game,
I think we've covered the story. It's great.
The gameplay there's not a whole lot to get into, I don't think.
No, there is a lot to get into. You just didn't get into it, but there's a crap load to get into.
Enlighten me.
I will enlighten the dick out of you.
I wish you could.
Bro. So you jump, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you can jump in the air. It's called a double jump. And then you can grab onto a wall. And then you can jump off the wall.
All right.
And you can climb up the wall.
Uh-huh.
and then you can bash the ground, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you can slingshot yourself off an enemy, right?
Uh-huh.
And you do that a lot, all the time. It's very hard. It's very frustrating. but then it's very rewarding when you do because you get an awesome cutscene.
This doesn't sound like shit to me, honestly. Now, I played the game. I've seen the game. Yes, that's great. But this is just another thing. Is gameplay is not a whole lot going on.
It is.
It's not. You're telling me this right now, and I think it's okay. This sounds like every other.
Okay, well, it doesn't reinvent. It doesn't reinvent the genre, but it does the genre a successful ode. Nice burp, by the way.
That's really polite.
It was a pretty game, great gameplay, moving story, frustrating gameplay, but really rewarding gameplay. Most of the gameplay is reactionary based, but there are sequences. You have like towers. You have like 3 towers in the game. They're not technically towers, but they operate in the same function as a tower. You know, you ascend to the tower, and then the fucking thing collapses on you, and you got to get the fuck out. And those whole 3 sequences are just like memory based. They're not reactionary. They're not skill based as the entire game is up until those 3 points. Those 3 points are just like, okay, this falls here, and then that falls there, and I gotta not be in any of those places when those things happen. Then I will survive. And that is my only gripe with the game, really, is those sequences are really exciting because, you know, shit is going down and you're dying constantly and respawning and trying to figure out, and your heart's beating and your thumb is fucking throbbing from jumping so goddamn much.
Yours personally, but you don't know about anyone else.
I can assume,
but
I'm gonna assume.
I have this new theory I just thought about just now. I think this game is a perfect game to introduce to someone who hasn't played video games before and you want them to get into it.
No.
I think it is.
No, it's way too hard for somebody who has not played video games.
It's not. I don't think it is.
No, it really is.
No, the game is difficult, sure.
Yeah.
But the game has a limited save, like, you know, slot where you have a limited amount of saves for a certain amount of points.
Yeah.
It's a consumable amount of saves. It's limited, but you can save through any, like, when you know, like, hey, this section looks pretty difficult, I'm gonna save right now.
Yeah.
And so you can restart from that point and, you know, bang your head against the wall until you figure it out. But through both genders, male and female, a really good story that would appeal to both. It's a 2D platformer, which is, I think, was just a nice base.
That is a good base. That is a good base for a game to introduce to people who have not played games. But I don't think that it is a game for beginners, because I've been reading forums and people been talking about, like, I don't know if I'm good enough to finish this game. I can't get past this level. I don't think I can do it. I just, like, people have expressed that they don't think that they physically can do it. And these are people who have Steam accounts, who play games quite often, at least often enough to have a Steam account. And they just don't think that they are good enough to finish this game. And granted, some people say this game's like 6 to 8 hours. It took me 12 hours because I'm apparently really fucking bad at it.
Well,
but I stuck with it.
The thing is, because the game is difficult doesn't mean the game should not be played by a new player. I feel like veteran, you know, gamers, I hate saying that word, veteran gamers are a little more conditioned to, you know, they have too much, just like, they have too many options, I think, when it comes to playing video games, where they're easily like, I don't want to play, I'm just frustrated, I don't want to play this game, I'm just going to play another game.
Yeah.
But if you give this kind of game to a new gamer, oh god, You just get someone who's just like, hey, try this game out, and they're immediately hooked with a good story, because for the first 10 minutes, it's pretty much just a cutscene. You control your character and stuff, but it's just a cutscene, and it pulls you in, and through the first 10-15 minutes of actual gameplay, not entirely difficult. It's enough to hook that person in, I think, to a point where when they get to the really difficult parts, they have that save point in right there, and they can just, keep playing it. And the thing is, they're not a person who plays a lot of video games, so that's the only thing they're going to be focused on when it comes to playing.
Is that one game?
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from. Don't necessarily agree with it.
All right. You
but
don't have to
I understand. Anyways, I'm gonna say that you should definitely play this game, especially if you like the genre of precision platforming, Metroidvania. Definitely play this game. You do have slight gripe where it's really aesthetically pleasing, but your character may be a bit too small and it can get lost, and there's a lot of orbs that fly at you that are near the same color as you, and that whole thing can be a little bit disorienting at times, but I think the art value of it overrides those rare instances where that is a problem. So I think it's a definite play if you're a fan of the genre. It's a strong consideration to play if you're not a fan of the genre.
I think it's a really good game. Note that this game is right now $19.99, $20 on Steam. This is averagely $5 more than the average indie game. Most indie games come out right now that's $15. I think this is worth the $5 increase.
Yeah, me too.
It's not an incredibly long game. I mean, typically $12 hours. I mean, that's not a whole lot of gameplay these days to ask. People ask for more through less of a game these days. There's like Team Fortress 2 that comes out. I mean, it's free.
Well, yeah.
Infinite amount of hours. But for the average indie game, it is $5 more. I think it's totally worth it. You can tell with individuals, there's a lot more production in it. Great story. Mm-hmm. Better story than most indie games, I think, these days.
Cliche at times, but it really drives home with the emotional factor. So
apparently, some people think that's their game of the year.
Some people have said that, yes.
Some well-noted.
Yeah, some well-noted people.
So, starts with a G, ends with a B. Their website, I don't know. But yeah,
gigantic balls.
I recommend this game.
I recommend this game.
It's totally a good game to get. And with that being said, yep. Woo! Ori and the Blind Forest. Little Boy Blue.
That's a terrible way to end it.